this now, and then I'll show you how we can get together if we haven't so far. We are going now, and it looks like it's rolling. And this is Duncan's YouTube video. And what we're doing is the song Wipeout. We have learned a little about tablature, haven't we? So we learned a little bit about tablature, and we've learned that this high string here is the first string. This is the second string, which is a B. So the first one is the high E. The second string is a B, just like on your, if you look on your tablature sheet, you'll see what it says, right? The third string, what's the third string? What's it called? Look on your tablature sheet there. What's the third string called? What letter? What letter is it called? Let's see. One is E. Okay, what's the third one called? G?
G.
All right, G. Good, third string is G. How about the fourth string? What's that called?
D.
Excellent. How about the fifth string?
A.
Excellent. How about the sixth string?
E.
Perfect. All right. So now we know kind of a little bit about our strings and what numbers they are and what they're called. And then when we play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, we have it on the first string, and it's going to hit it twice. It says oh, oh, doesn't it? So we're going to hit it oh, oh, and then we're going to play at the 7th fret. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And how many times do we play that?
2.
What finger do I use on that?
1.
Excellent. And then, okay, now for the, what fret do I go to next?
9.
Okay, what finger do I use on that?
3.
Excellent. And then what's the last note?
7.
7. And what finger?
1.
Oh, that's right, one finger per fret. I forgot all about that. Jeez, Denise. All right, so we got those. Now, that's Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and it'll be like this. And what we wanted to realize, if we want to practice it on different strings, we can. Same frets. The only thing that would be different about the tablature, it would be written on a different string, but the same frets, right? So we can practice that on every string. Now, what we want to do is we want to go to Wipeout. Now, that Wipeout, what string is that on? What string are we going to play that on?
No first.
No first. Well, what string am I playing on? Am I playing on that E first string or the B second string? Or
B 7.
B second string, all right. And then what's the next note on that?
3. 1.
Third fret with the first finger. Excellent. So, and then we play with the, what's the next fret?
4.
Excellent. What finger do I use on that?
2.
That's right, because one finger per fret. Okay, so maybe I would think that maybe the next finger we use on the 5th fret is going to be our next finger up, or our third finger. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we're going to hit that 3 times. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then where do I go?
3.
3. And then?
Oh.
So does it sound like this? I'll play it slowly. All right. And then what's going to be interesting is to play the next part of the song, guess what? All we do is switch strings again. First string. Play the exact same thing, so you could, even though you only learn one part, you actually know 2, don't you? All right, and so, and Dad, we want to, when we start looking at this, if he wants to hear the song, we go to, right in the YouTube search window, we put Wipeout, W-I-P-E, and then O-U-T, by the Surfaris, S-U-R-F-A-R-I-S. And then it'll come up, click on that, and I usually click on the one with the pretty girl on there, but you can do whatever you want. And I think they're pretty much all the same. And then you'll hear it, and it starts with that funny, that's a weird laugh, isn't it? But what's cool about this song is it gets us working like a spider, kind of. One finger per fret. That's faster than you have to play. You play it at your own speed, and now you have the tablature, so you can work it out. And I'm going to play kind of at a speed that it would be kind of cool if you could play it this fast, but it's not the end of the world if you can't. Also, there's only 3 chords to this song, one of which is E, which you know, one of which is A, which you know, whoops, and even if we don't get them clean, we're not going to be critical of ourselves. We're going to make sure that your chord looks good and is on the right strings, okay? And I think you're doing great with that A chord. That was the first thing I noticed today. And the next chord to learn for next time is going to be this B7. So I'm going to circle that and put an X around it. And that's kind of a tough one, but I just want to see how we can do that. And so it's going to be E, A, and B7 will be the chords to that one. And that's about it. Any other questions on that? Oh, I want to say anchor your right hand, like we talked about, on your bridge there, right? For now, anchor your right hand. Otherwise, your hand's going to be floating all around. Not know. If it's anchored somewhere, then it'll be where you can have something to hang on to. Let's see if I can get this in the camera there. All right, and a good way to practice that without even using your left hand is just open. Without picking my hand up and looking around for the string, right? All right. And what was the other thing? The left hand, when we play these notes, oh yes, we want to use our thumb on the back like this, on the back of the neck, and it's used kind of as a pivot, like a basketball player would pivot off of one foot, okay? And then that way, we don't have to move our hand all up and down and not know where we are. We have to keep our hand here, and I can play all those notes with my thumb in the same place. That will help you immensely. And then when we get it fast, it'll sound like this. Dad can do this part. That's a drum part. But anyway. All right, that should do it, huh? I think that's about it. The angle of your hand. And one thing I want to say, when you do use that thumb back there as a pivot in these hands, your muscle that you will be using is right here in your forearm, right in here. So that's where your strength should come from. And try not to put your hand up tight up here where there's no space. Leave a little space there with your thumb, between your hand and your bottom of your neck there. And otherwise, I think you're doing fantastic. Okay? A+.